Wait.
Also
I just remembered who I put in the 8.
They'll finish 9th.
No, as in
I'm not
like...
saying it because of the song, I promise you.
There's a team I haven't mentioned yet.
It's not
Oh,
because they always
no.
finished 9th before.
Oh,
I think they
no.
will finish in 8th place. Back in the finals. Seeking redemption from the embarrassments of 2019. The Gws Giants. Was it 2019 or 2020? Which one was the GWS getting smashed final? That was 2019, right? That, you know what I'm talking about. Richmond smashing. I think the Giants will be back in the 8 this year. But I don't think they'll make it. I'd be very shocked if they made it past week 2 of the finals. I think they will just about make the 8. Just about make the 8.
They barely made it to week 2 of the season, mates. Just about make the 8. They can't even make 8 wins. Oh boy. Oh, that's the worst one. Now that's an actual bad one. Not Collingwood. This one is the bad one. Focus on this. This was... Oh, that's a big L. I'm still very happy I got Hawthorn right, but this is really bad. There were only 2 teams worse than them, and I put them 8th. I am not laughing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not even crying. Let's play. Oh God! Look who's next. Look who's. Oh my days! I'm
7th place, St Kilda. This is a team I want to see win the Premiership because it's been too long, and also it's kind of the era of breaking droughts. Western Bulldogs had a drought.
Yeah, I mentioned this a lot of times on my channel. Dogs, Tigers, Melbourne. So I thought, hey, Saints are next. They finished 10th. Missed out in the finals by a little bit. They could have done better, I think, this season. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not shocked by where they finished. But at the start of the season, I thought they'd do well. Not just because of the drought. I just thought they'd do well. They did all right. They didn't do well enough for the 8. But it wasn't an awful prediction. But it's wrong. 5 of the 8 I haven't mentioned yet.
The sort of like, I like
That's
the
good.
Sort of story. Possibly, not definitely. All right, don't get angry. Possibly a prelim.
No! Why have I got to keep talking? You know what? Next year, I'm going to make a 2-minute video. I'm just going to say, this team 18th, this team 17th. All right? Every time I put my reasons down, it makes it look worse. Okay? Not just reasons, just not exaggeration. What's the term? Exaggerate. No. Elaborate. When I elaborate on my point, my bad predictions look worse. St Kilda in a prelim. No. Also, you know how Geelong don't play the GMHBA? If Sydney, no, not Sydney. Sorry, I keep saying Sydney. If the Saints, North, Essendon, or the Dogs had a home game, they'd play the MCG as well, right? Or would it be Marvel? I'm just curious. Marvel's a bit bigger than GMHBA.
St Kilda in a prelim. Mark it down. It's happening. In 6th place, we have got Geelong. Geelong will be. I
had them in the 8, but yeah, this doesn't count as a good prediction. They obviously were the most dominant team over 23 rounds, and now they're in the grand final. So fair play to them, but that is a very wrong prediction.
I say they'll finish 6th. I think they could finish anywhere between 1st and 6th. I think they'll be in a strong position, and I think at the very least a home final. If not, you know, when I say home final, I mean like home elimination final. At the very least 5th or 6th, or they could make top 4. I think they'll be up there.
They could make top 4. They could be up there. Yes, both.
I don't think they'll win the Premiership, but I think as long as they finish,
they could. They could. They're in the grand final.
Possibly winning the Premiership. We'll see. I just got a feeling that Geelong will do quite well. In 5th,
I was right about that last bit, but I still predicted them 6th. So I kind of saw something coming from Geelong. I just didn't really back it.
Sydney Swans. Oh yes.
All right, Sydney in 5th. the two grand finalists are put in 5th and 6th. They both finished top 4. They both won both their games. Didn't need a double chance. Yeah, one in a close one, and one actually, Sydney had 2 close ones. Geelong smashed Brisbane. Yeah, the 2 best teams, I put 5th and 6th. So, not the best.
I think they'll have a home final. They'll win that final.
So this means I
And
got Brisbane
think
wrong as well.
that also, Sydney Swans will get to a prelim. I have now said that Sydney and St Kilda have been a prelim.
Well, Sydney did get to a prelim. They did more than that. They won a prelim.
In 4th place, Brisbane Lions.
They finished 6th. Yes, 2 positions off, sure, but I had them top 4. They were not top 4. So, yeah. If I had swapped, even if I swapped like Sydney and Brisbane, it would have looked a little bit better, I guess. But, yeah, not too great. Not too great, but also not the worst. Also not the worst. Based on the last 3 years, you could have seen them top 4 again happening, so, yeah.
They've not quite mastered the final side of it, but over 23 rounds, they're always there. They're always up.
They've not mastered it still, but honestly, in their 2 games, 2 wins this year, I was more impressed by them this year in the finals than the last 3 years. The last 3 years, they had a double chance every time. They made 1 prelim, you know, but them dropping out of the top 4 was kind of a blessing for them until week 3. But week 1 and week 2, they won 2 games that I thought they'd lose. They did very well in both of those games. They played well, played good football. So they impressed me more this year from those 2 games than 3 whole final series. So that's good. But they did get embarrassed to Geelong. But I would also argue that Geelong are just too good.
They were last in 2017, right? Was it 2017? It was quite recently they were really bad. And if you look at how much they've improved since
Big
then,
improvements, mate.
they'll be finishing second, between 2nd and 6th. That's where they'll finish. For some reason,
I wasn't wrong.
In 3rd place, I elbowed the table. I'm such an awkward person. In 3rd place, Port Adelaide. And here is my hot take for you.
Have a guess what the hot take is, guys. Have a guess. I give you a clue. Oh dear. Where did I even finish? I forgot about it completely this season. They lost the first 6 games and just like, well, they're gone now. They're 11th. Oh boy. One of the games I saw when I was in Australia was Essendon and Port Adelaide. That's probably the best they played all season, Port Adelaide. But yeah, they had a shocking season. 11th. In fairness, I think a lot of people would have put them in the 8 at the very least. Like, it's not like, you know, people thought they'd be bad. It was a surprise that they were bad. But yeah, it's a terrible prediction. Not only did I put them 3rd, I just realised, like, if you swap around Port with Collingwood, it doesn't look as bad. But yeah, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Here we go.
Not only do I think they will win a prelim, I'm going to put it out there right now. This is going to come back to bite me. Port Adelaide, Premiership winners 2022. You heard it here first. Maybe not here first. I'm sure others have said
And
it.
last.
Port Adelaide Premier. Actually, to be fair, someone did comment on my channel, Port Premiers. This is not me copying him. This is me thinking for myself as well.
Who was that?
I agree with that
And you put
guy.
your list. Whoever that was.
I'm not crazy. I promise you, I'm not crazy. All right, I'm not crazy. Port Adelaide this year are going to be premiers.